For more on the growing security issues in Africa, we're joined live by Nii Akuetteh. He is a member of the TransAfrica Forum Scholars Council. He's also a former executive director of Africa Action. Welcome back to the show.
It's a pleasure to be back.
First, I want to get your reaction to this UN Security Council report. And they're basically saying military action will not help.
I think it is true. You know, they laid out the analysis of what's going on in the region, and I'm actually glad when I read the report, because it seems to me they are reacting to what is really on the ground, that the pockets from Libya to Mali to Nigeria to Central African Republic all the way to Somalia, they could be connected. So I'm glad that they are looking at it, and they are not excluding the military angle, but they are saying that other things have to be taken into account. So all in all, I thought it was a good, realistic report.
But can the governments of these countries that you mentioned, can they handle it? Do they have what's needed to find a political solution? Can they bring the situation there under control?
Oh, they are very challenged. There are some things that they must do, like, you know, do reconciliation, bring in the various groups that are dissatisfied in each country. But even if they did that, there is also an international angle. You know, there are jihadis who move across borders, and those are some of the most porous borders in the world. So they need international help. My particular worry, though, is the international help, sometimes when it comes in, it swamps local concerns. And in fact, I think that is what happened to Mali years ago. So they need help, but the help has to be handled pretty carefully.
What is the bigger picture impact here? You have several countries. What does this do to foreign investment, to the economy of this region? How soon does this need to get solved?
I think it needs to get solved immediately, but it won't happen overnight, so we need to get started right away. But yes, it has great implications for investment, so I think the international community and the investment community need to take it very seriously, because part of the problem for African countries is when they are overwhelmed, the international community seems to be concerned elsewhere. So I'm glad this is getting international attention, and definitely investors need to keep their eye on it, because it will have an impact. If it is handled well, it won't go badly.
So does the international community get involved then?
They do, but they have to be very careful that they don't go in and say, because we have more money than you and we have more technology, we know your problems better than you, and just be quiet. I think actually that's what went wrong in Mali earlier. So the international community must get involved, but it must also be humble enough to say, you know your countries better, we will listen to you, and we will work together as equal partners.
All right, Nii Akuetteh, as always, we appreciate your time and your perspective.
Thanks for having me.